Greetings and welcome once again to the lesson. The subject is meetings. The course is Certified Secretaries. Today we continue with the topic board and committee meetings. In this lesson, we're going to the next subtopic, which is the first board meeting, the very first board meeting. The first board meeting refers to the meeting that is conducted after the incorporation of a company. So in studying the first board meeting, we are going to focus on 3 or 4 things. Number one, the agenda items. What are the agenda items during the first board meeting? We'll analyze the legal requirements, the role of the corporate secretary, and post-meeting compliance. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the key agenda items in the first board meeting, the legal requirements, the role of the corporate secretary, and post-meeting compliance. And candidates, the first board meeting is a pivotal event. It is a pivotal event in the life of a company because it marks the transition from paper entity. It marks the transition from just the certificate of incorporation to a functioning business. And from a corporate secretarial perspective, this first board meeting is highly structured because it sets the legal and the administrative foundation for all future operations. And under the Companies Act and also the governance standards, the first board meeting focuses on adoption and appointment. And since the company is in its infancy, obviously, the agenda is usually very long. The agenda is also highly technical. And it must cover various aspects of the company. So first of all, let's analyze the agenda items. The key agenda items during the first board meeting. Now, the first agenda item is tabling the incorporation documents. 1. Tabling the incorporation documents. During the first board meeting, the incorporation documents are tabled during the first board meeting. These documents are formally presented, and these comprise the certificate of incorporation, the articles of association, very important documents. They have to be tabled. The certificate of incorporation is the company's constitution. Then on the agenda, there must be the appointment of officers, And these officers are the CEO of the company, the company secretary, all right? In this meeting, the board has to confirm the first directors and then formally appoint the company secretary. You understand? Yes. Because by the time this meeting is being held with the company, they are directors. The directors are there. So they are the ones who are meeting. So they confirm the first directors and then formally appoint the company secretary. And I know by now you understand, according to the Companies Act, the company officers include these individuals you are talking about. Like the company secretary is a company officer. Then you may also have on the agenda the appointment of professional services. All right. Here we are referring to appointment of the first auditors, the legal counsel, and so on. 4. Banking arrangements. On the agenda, you cannot fail to have banking arrangements. The company during this first board meeting has to pass a resolution, a formal resolution, to open bank accounts and designate the authorized signatories. These are the individuals who can sign checks and also individuals who can approve bank transfers. We may also have the adoption of the company seal on the agenda. Adoption of the company seal. If the company chooses to have a seal, of course, that is not a legal requirement, but if the company opts to have one, then the board must approve its design and also the custody rules, the rules of custody. On the agenda, you also have registered office. Registered office. What will be the location, the official, the registered office? In this meeting, there has to be confirmation of the physical location of the company's head office. That has to be part of the agenda during the first board meeting. Then again, we may have the financial year end, deciding the financial year end, because companies are required to prepare yearly financial statements, and these statements have to be audited. So during the first board meeting, the board has to decide on the company's accounting reference date. It could be 31st December, it could be 31st March, it could be whatever date. That has to be decided during the first board meeting. So these are the key agenda items during the first board meeting. Let's move to our next part of this lesson, which is the legal requirements. The legal requirements. What are the legal requirements for this meeting? Legal requirements. Legal requirements. Now, one legal requirements of a meeting, obviously, candidates, is a notice. Anytime you are discussing anything to do with meetings, candidates, the notice is a very important thing. The quorum, the minutes. So while later meetings require formal notice, this first one is often held by consent of all directors. There is no legal requirement to have a notice, but the meeting is held by way of consent. It is held by consent of all directors that are named in the incorporation documents immediately after the company is formed. That is a legal requirement in relation to notice. Then number 2, we have quorum. What is the requirement when it comes to quorum? Now, the minimum number of directors are usually 2 for public companies and 1 for private company, unless the articles say otherwise. So for a private company, 1 director forms a quorum. For public company is a minimum of 2. That is a quorum. 3 minutes. What is the requirement when it comes to minutes? Now, there has to be detailed minutes taken during this meeting, because this will be because these minutes may be requested, for example, by the bank. When opening the bank account, the bank may need to have a resolution. So you cannot have a resolution when the minutes are not, when the resolution is not minuted. So there ought to be detailed minutes, because these minutes may be requested by the bank to open accounts. They may also be requested by the registrar of companies during audits. That is the legal requirement on minutes. And these are key legal provisions when it comes to the first board meeting. Then what is the role of the corporate secretary? 3, role of the company secretary in regard to the first board meeting. Now, in the first board meeting, the secretary is more than just a minute taker. No, they are the on-boarder. Okay, they are the on-boarder. And one role that the corporate secretary plays is in relation to disclosure of interest. Disclosure of interest. Disclosure of interest. The secretary must ensure all directors sign forms disclosing any interest in other companies or potential conflicts of interest. That is the role of the corporate secretary. The directors must sign. The secretary must ensure that directors sign forms disclosing any conflict of interest. Then there is a role in relation to the minute book. The minute book. What is the role of the secretary in relation to the minute book as in respect to the first board meeting? The minute book is very critical, candidates, because this is the day the physical and digital minute book is opened. The first day, this is when the minute book is done what? Is open. And therefore, the secretary must ensure that the first entry is perfect because it sets the standard for the company's history. It sets the standard for the company's history. That minute book is open. It is the company secretary that opens the minutes. Number 3 is statutory registers. Statutory. The third role is in relation to statutory registers. The secretary must use the information from this meeting to populate the register of members, to populate the register of directors, to populate the register of allotment, and so on. That is the role of the corporate secretary. The corporate secretary has used the meeting to populate these statutory registers. Then lastly, candidates, there is the post-meeting compliance. Post-meeting compliance. The company is required to comply to certain provisions after this first board meeting. After the first board meeting concludes, the secretary must immediately file Form CR12. File Form CR12. And in the Kenyan context, this is to get the official confirmation of directors and the shareholders. Then the corporate secretary is also required to file appointments. It's required to file appointments. That is to mean that the company secretary should notify the register of companies the appointment of the secretary and any changes in directors. Then lastly, there is bank mandates. Bank mandates. That's to mean that the corporate secretary should deliver certified copies of the board resolutions to the chosen bank in order to activate the accounts. So these are 3 key post-meeting compliance requirements. And that is the end of today's lesson on the first board meeting. We've categorized this lesson in 4 agenda items, the legal requirements, the role of the company secretary, and post-meeting compliance. But one key important thing is to know the agenda items. During the first board meeting, on the agenda, we have number 1, tabling the incorporation documents. Number 2, appointment of officers. Number 3, appointment of professional services like the legal counsel, the auditors. Number 4, banking arrangements. Number 5, we have adoption of the company seal. Number 6, the registered office. Then there is a financial year end. The company has to determine the financial year end. What will be the financial year end? Is it 31st of December? Is it 31st of March? Is it 31st of July? That has to be decided during the first board meeting. Then there are legal requirements in relation to notice. We've explained the quorum. We've explained the minutes. We've explained. We've also explained the role of the company secretary. One is in relation to disclosure of interest, the minute book, and also the statutory registers. Then there is post meeting compliance. After the meeting, the secretary must immediately file Form CR12, file appointments, and also should send to the bank deliver certified copies of the board resolutions to the chosen bank for the purposes of activating bank accounts. That's the end of the lesson. God bless you. Bye-bye.